Hey guys, this is going to be a rundown of all my jig making stuff. I've been getting a lot of requests lately. This all came about as more of a hobby for me. There's always been jig colors that I want, but I can't get it in a special head and stuff like that. And you know, there's a special color I want to match something. So this is kind of what I did. I'm just going to make them myself, and it's kind of grown from there. I've gotten really good at it. So I'm going to start selling a few. So for the guys out there that have a special color that they want, I can make it for you. I might not have it on hand. I can always order it for you and stuff like that. But let's get started on just like my equipment and what I have. Then we'll go over that at the end of the vid. Most important thing. This is my lead pot. It's just a little one. Some extra lead. I'm in my garage. I got all this stuff out in my garage. I'm going to show you on that back wall. That's all my extra lead. And this is my heat gun to powder coat them. The heat gun's the best way to do it. It puts the heat more evenly than this thing. I don't know if you can see that. That's the powder coat paint, and that's called a fluid bed. As you can see, the paint looks like fluid. And what I'll do is I'll heat the jig head up, dip it in here, clean the eye out, heat it up a little bit more, dip it again, then clean the eye out, then I bake them. This is a toaster oven. And no, I don't cook food in this. This is just all for jigs only. I cook them, I bake them for about an hour. Then I'll actually have one that I'll go out and test. I'll actually throw it on the concrete a couple times as hard as I can, and the paint doesn't usually chip. It just usually dents. Well, like I said, that's the fluid bed. I think that's as you can see, it's just like water in there. And here's an extra cup. I gotta get more cups. I kind of just switch them in and out, clean them out as I go. Now let's get into the paint. This is Ultimate Green Pumpkin. This is brand new to me. I haven't used it yet. I'm pretty excited to paint some up on that. As you see, UGP, Ultimate Green Pumpkin. I got Pearl. Just pure white. Chartreuse. Been experimenting a little bit about sprinkling some of this on the white. Still haven't perfected it yet, so I'm not going to get into that too much yet. White, silver, chrome. Pretty much. I have one here. That's white, silver, chrome. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's got white with silver flake. Brown crustacean. I really like this one on my football heads. Like, this doesn't matter with the paint. It looks cool. It's like a rough brown. And there it is. I'm going to apologize, guys, too. I think this is going to be a long video. Well, there's a lot to go here. Then, of course, I got dark brown. Watermelon. Black silver, which is that right there. It's like silver with... It's not really black flake. It's like just splattered black. Black copper, which is right here. It's like a copper head with black splatter all over it. Looks pretty cool. Here's a black blue pearl. Pretty much what I mainly kind of refer to this to is like black grape. It looks black. When the sun hits it, it looks blue. So it's kind of neat. Here's a magic craw. And here's a sample of the Magic Raw. It's got that green blue tint to it. And gunmetal, which is pretty much like a dark silver, and that's right here. And that is pretty much it for the paint. I got regular green pumpkin too. I think the regular green pumpkin's in this fluid bed cup. Well, let's start getting into my molds. These are football heads from 1/8 to ½ ounce. Now this one I can run the 60-degree flat eye, which that's the eyelet that's opposite of the hook, or I can run the 60-degree eye that is parallel with the hook. I don't know if you can quite see that. I usually run Mustad hooks. Never had a problem with them. I can really put a really beefy hook in this, but these are the hooks that I like to run are kind of in between. Get really good hookup ratios and keep them buttoned pretty good. Never had one bend, so that's football heads from 1/8 to ½ And here's the 60-degree flat eye, the big football heads, ½ to 1 ounce. So I could pretty much go all the way up to 1/8 to 1 ounce on football heads. Here's tube hooks, internal tube hooks. This is a 60-degree bend from 1/8 to 3/8 ounce. And I'll give you a sample of that, which is right here. I run Gamakatsu in these ones. They're EWG. I really like these hooks. And here's the other tube. This is just a 90-degree bend. Got 1/8 to 3/8. And here is the hook. I got a bunch of different hooks for this. Up here we do, when I do go up to the St. Lawrence River and do that drifting that they call it, like what the pros did there just recently in the current. I really like a sprout hook on that. That's kind of, that is right here. I don't know if you can really see it without me opening it. It's got a weird bend to it. With that current and those smallmouths and stuff like that, this hook really keeps them good. Let's get back to the molds. Drop shot molds. These are cylinder drop shot. I can go 1/32 all the way up to 5/8. Here's my brush head mold. 1/4 to ½. So it'll be 1/4, 3/8, and ½ Here's just like a regular round jig head, like a ball head. I can go all the way from 1/32 all the way to ½ This is the only hook that I don't keep in stock. I don't usually use this mold very often. I found it at a garage sale dirt cheap, so I picked it up. Here's my Arky head. It's got an improved Arky. It's not the old school Arky. This one actually has a bait keeper on it. 1/4, 3/8, and ½ Here's a finesse ball head, 60-degree flat eye. This 1/8, 3/16, and 1/4 And here's the other ball head finesse jig I got. The 7/16, 3/8 and 5/16. So I can make all the ball head finesse. Here's my grass jig slash swim jig. I got two different types of hook. I got a real beefy braid hook for this, and I got a finesse hook, almost like the dirty jigs. And this is the 1/2, 3/8, and 5/16. Here's my shaky head. These are all screw lock shaky heads. I can go 1/16 all the way to 3/8. And here's my football shaky head. 1/16 to 5/8. And here is samples. There's my football shaky head. That's a 5/0 hook I run in that. Like I said, that's a mustad hook. It's in between a light wire and a heavy wire. Here's my round bend, or round head, sorry. Screw lock. I run a 4/0. In the 1/8 ones, I'll run a 3/0 hook. And I got actually, I don't know if you can see that screw lock. I actually have smaller ones than that for like a smaller profile worm. And I have one more mold. This is my wacky mold from 1/16 all the way to 1/4. And those are it. I run a size 2 hook. It's got a wire weed guard. There's a sample of my drop shot weights. Oh, then here's some eyes for my swim jigs that I run. Silver or red. And yeah, as you can see, these are hooks. Kind of keep everything organized. All my weed guards. Brown. Here's my drop shot swivels. My clear. Well, I got a couple mixed weed guards. Green pumpkin. Now, when I do these jigs, I hand tie everything. If you order them with rattles, I'll put a skirt collar on there, but I still will hand tie them. It's just easier for if you get a rattle to fly off. You can put it back in the band real fast. I think this is better that way, I think. Oh, and there's some base pins to keep my weed guard holes open. Screw locks. There's those finer screw locks for the smaller. Like I said, I got a bunch of wacky weed guards. There's a bunch of my skirt collars, my tools, a bunch of different hooks. Here's a sample of my swim jig. This one I undercut the skirt like a dirty jig. That's got that 5/0 braid hook. And I actually took, like, I'll do whatever anybody asks, but I actually took some of those weed guards off, then glued it in. I don't usually touch anything on the skirts or the weed guards unless somebody specifies. Now, I do like doing these on my footballs. The other day I caught quite a few fish off this. This is a 1/2 and 1/2, what I call finesse cut football. And I usually do it with these scissors, so I only cuts half of the skirt. I really like this way because it's kind of it looks like a beat up jig, and you know how when you fish with jigs, the more fish you catch, the better it gets. My vise for tying, I usually tie with wire. Never had a problem with this wire. I've been doing my own jigs for a couple years now. Never had a problem. Here's some more wire. Oh, that's wire, but I usually mainly use that for putting that in my treble hooks if I want to get my bait down a little farther. I'm going to run through the skirts real quick. Like I said, I can order anything. These are just a bunch. I mean, as you can see, got a bunch of different colors. These are my browns. Like I'm running low on a few. And as I get orders from you guys out there, I'm going to, all the money that I get off that is going to go right back into this so I can start making more stuff. I want to get a bigger grass, like a punching jig mold. And there's a punch jig, then there's a punch head mold that I want to get. Here's all my blacks, purples, stuff like that. Green pumpkin, there's an Okeechobee craw, watermelon red. I got some green pumpkin with purple flake. I actually had an order last night. A guy wanted some green pumpkin candy, and I kind of felt bad I didn't have it. And well, I plan on ordering some more skirts this week, some different colors and stuff like that. Now, you guys seen, I'm starting to make chatterbaits, but I haven't perfected them yet, and I haven't got to test them that much, so I'm not going to sell them yet until I make sure that everything's good to go. The same with these. I'm starting to make my own punch rigs. I just bought this head, but they make a mold for that. I plan on picking up this week, and I'm going to start playing around with these a little bit. It might not be until the middle of next summer that I decide to start selling these. I just want to make sure everything's good to go on them. Well, here's another type, just a regular slip-on skirt without the weight on them. I just started doing these, so like I said, I'm not going to sell them yet. Now, on my jigs, they're anywhere from $3 to $4, depending on what you want. If you want rattles, stuff like that, you know, if you want the eyes. Like I think my swim jigs are about $3.50 without rattles. And my regular, just a plain Jane jig's $3. I'm trying to keep it pretty reasonable. I'm not making much money off these guys. I'm gonna kind of do it to as a hobby and more of a winter project because I live in the north and I'm not much on ice fishing. Then like my tubes, I sell for 75 cents a piece, and my shaky heads are 75 cents a piece. These wacky heads are 75 cents a piece, and I sell these drop shot for 20 cents a piece. So what is it? Five for $1. Alright, well, if I missed anything, guys, just let me know. I can answer all the questions. I kind of went through this real fast. It's a pretty long video. But, yeah, just if you guys want anything ordered, I mean, just let me know. And I already had one review on my jigs out. Blood Knot 101 did a review on my jigs. And then Tackle Junkie's going to do one probably sometime this week. And I got a couple other guys that are on YouTube that bought some of my jigs that they're going to do some reviews. Alright, thanks guys.